So, my friend, recently I did the absinthe beers with Little Lawns Absinthe, and I know another crowd that make an absinthe. It's Quiet Corner, and I went over to them one Saturday night and showed them my absinthe beers from Little Lawn, usually Little Lawns Absinthe, and they took one look at me and went, "Why don't you do it with ours, our absinthe?" I went, "Brilliant idea." Of course, and they gave me some of their alcohol to do my beers in, and my beers are basically being soaked in the Quiet Corner Absinthe. And then, of course, because I'm razor sharp, I actually realised I actually haven't reviewed Quiet Corner's Absinthe, which would be really useful if I do it before I release the absinthe, their version of Absinthe beers. And a little teaser, being the Asby I am, I'm actually soaking the beers in overproof rum, overproof gin, and there's another one, Navy strength rum, Navy strength gin. Yeah, so there's another two bottles of well overproof booze that these beers are being soaked into. And I will be doing a comparison between the two absinthes. So we're going to go through like a bit of an absinthe mini-series. So I have absinthe from Quiet Corner. It is about 8% alcohol more than Little Lawns. And as I hold this up to the camera, you can see it's actually a fair bit darker. Hold Little Lawns up, and we can see that this my whiskey, my tasting glass is Quiet Corners, and this is Little Lawn. And I will be doing a comparison of the two, so I'm going to have to find myself another glass. So with Quiet Corners Absinthe, it's a reasonably cool winter's late autumn's night, so I'm going to warm the sucker up. And we know that the reason why absinthe is so high in alcohol, and it generally sits around 60+%, well above Navy strength, is because it needs the alcohol to actually hold a lot of the essential oils from like the wormwood, the artemisinin, and the other botanicals. So it needs a shit ton of alcohol, because alcohol's a solvent. And a couple of years ago, I ran an experiment of making my own bathtub gin, which is something I should do again, note to self. And I used 95% alcohol, and I went and soaked a whole lot of ginger and lemon peel and that in it, and it looked pretty good as it sat on the shelf for a couple of months. The moment I added water to it, it looshed. Just bang. Just all the oils just got dropped out of the alcohol, because it went from 95% pure alcohol, which held the oils, to about 45%, which didn't, and bang, straight onto it. And that's the reason why absinthe is so high in alcohol. Now, I've been warming the sucker up as I impart my hard-won liver knowledge. The upfront, even on a cool night tonight, and I haven't warmed it up that much, the aniseed in the botanicals in Quiet Corner is actually a fair bit more upfront. And the alcohol in my mouth just went whammo. Quiet Corner is a bit like me. It doesn't fuck around. It's boots in when it comes to their booze. There's just so many things happening inside my mouth at the moment. There's aniseed from the wormwood, the whole lot. There's just it's a bit like if you're ever doing the unmentionable, and the other half says to you, tell me how it feels, tell me what you're thinking at the moment, and you sit back and you go, sorry, large sections of the brain just got turned off, not meant to be analytical at this point in time. That's kind of like what just happened with Quiet Corner's Absinthe. Apart from the aniseed, there was just so much going on in my mouth at that time. I would have to drink an almost dangerous amount of this to actually be able to turn the requisite parts of my brain on to analyse all this. And by the time I'd drunk the requisite amount, I wouldn't be able to do the analysis anyway because I'd be completely wasted. It is a much more in your face type absinthe than Little One ever gets close to. But as I've said, it's 8% more alcohol, and that makes the world of difference in absinthe. I've got a fair bit less of it in my glass now, and I'm not going to blow onto it because that's just going to cause alcohol to evaporate. Mind you, I do want alcohol to evaporate. And I'll have another sip and see if I can actually turn some more of my brain on. There's aniseed, the aniseed is really lingering. So I'm trying to analyse, and I know I'm not failing. I'm getting mint flavours in there. How much of the burn is actually just simply the alcohol evaporating inside my mouth? I'm unable to tell. But I can tell you, and I've tried it 2 or 3 times, this makes a killer absinthe old fashioned. Go around to the distillery and have Matt make you an absinthe old fashioned, and if your day's been shit, just one absinthe old fashioned out of Quiet Corner, and it's going to be all sunshine and roses and happy days. Trust me. This absinthe is really significantly more intense. There's herbaceousness, there's the aniseed, there was just so much fucking going on in this one, and I know that I've spoken for over 7 minutes, but that's just how this is. It is amongst civil, given how few absinthes I've actually tried. It is really very good, and I look forward to seeing how this actually works in the bears. Thanks for watching. Hit the follow, subscribe, and like buttons. And if I drink much more of this, it's going to be naughty time for this old man. Catch ya.